What is up, guys? Wraith here, Gray Bearded Gaming Society. We are on our little paladin again, and as you can see from my little intro push there, we finally got ourselves a ride home. What I did leave out of the video is how long that actually took, unfortunately, to accomplish. It actually took us quite a while. I didn't want to bore you guys with basically me sitting there sticking my thumb out hoping for a ride, but it actually did take us quite a bit to actually get that accomplished, unfortunately. So, and of course I land and promptly go in the wrong direction, but that is okay. So we are back home in the Butcher Block Mountains. We are going to run our way over. First things first, we're going to run over to Caladim, and we are going to turn in and get ourselves our spiffy little hammer for bashing on stuff. So we're going to go get our Bloodforge hammer. We'll have our two-handed magical mace to carry around in case we need that. We'll tuck that safely away in the bag. And then we're kind of going to figure out where we're going to go from there. One of the things, I kind of briefly mentioned it before, and I'm not going to try to beat up on it, too much, but unfortunately, I've got a kind of series of medical stuff coming up here that's going to give me a little bit of trouble for the unforeseeable future. And while it's nothing ridiculously serious, it's not something that's going to... I forgot all about this little thing right here, by the way. I'm kind of eyeballing. I see a little skeleton outside, one on either side. Couldn't remember for a lot of people what's in here. Not quite sure it'll be worth camping, so we'll just keep moving on. But anyway, it's definitely going to slow me down for a little bit. I'm expecting to, at this point, go in and meet with my surgeon, basically coming up this week to get some of that kind of stuff checked out. Probably going to have surgery. It's going to slow me down for a bit. Again, it's nothing spectacular. I'm not going to go into the whole big rigmarole, but I will say, unfortunately, that there's basically a broken piece of bone floating around in my left knee, and it gives me quite a bit of trouble. Walking can be hard. You lose range of motion, then it pops back where it's supposed to be, and everything's fine. Then it pops back out, and everything is just miserable for a while. But it does also somewhat impact some of my gameplay. Again, this is a hobby for me. I do this because I love the games. I don't make any money off this, obviously enough. So it's not like it's a career. It's just a hobby. But late at night, unfortunately, when you're already duking out something and dealing with pain all day, you kind of lose steam a little bit faster. But then at the same time, also when you're wearing a full leg immobilizer that you're supposed to keep locked out as much as possible, it can create some problems in it. It's actually very uncomfortable to sit under a desk for too long. With that thing locked in, you have to sit kind of funny, kind of awkward. So working on that, we'll see. It's probably going to slow me down for a little bit. But with all that stuff set aside, like I said, we're back over here. We're going to do the Bloodforge hammer turn in real quick. And then I think most likely we're going to have to try and find ourselves a good hunting spot over here. I'm kind of happy to be back on this side of the planet. I've already seen more people running through here than I saw running around in most of Qeynos. So I'm going to jump off for just a second, so I can just spare you running through town. I've already run off at the mouth long enough, and then we'll turn in, get our hammer, and then punch back in a few minutes after that. So we'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, so here is our guy, buys our Bloodforge with the aptly named Bloodforge hammer. Not sure we actually have to do the whole talking to him thing. I think it only does the take a trip if you do the other part. But we are warmly with this guy, so we're going to go digging in our bag. We're going to pull out the head of one tumpy iron toe. Oh, he's taking a walk. Don't get back here, little dude. Stop running around. Going to hand him that. And voila, we have ourselves a Bloodforge battle hammer. So now we finally have ourselves a nice two-handed, magic will be the big thing, weapon. Alright, so we have that. Let me check in for just a second. I got somebody knocking on the door. This is just going to be one of those interesting kind of nights. We'll check back in here in just a few minutes. But we have finished our first community-suggested quest that we could actually accomplish on our own. So here we go, Bloodforge hammer, and I'll be back here in a few minutes. Okay. Oh, sorry. I think I slapped my mic there and probably kind of messed up some of my goodies here. Hopefully I didn't totally wipe out those little guys who were standing out there, because I try not to do that kind of stuff. But like I said, the short and skinny, guys, unfortunately for this play session, what you didn't see is how long it actually took me to actually find a port to get back. There was very few people in Qeynos. There was not a lot we could do, so we left Qeynos and went into Qeynos Hills and tried there for a little while, and then went into Western Krana and waited there, and basically had to stick our thumb out and hitchhike ride home. And finally we were able to accomplish that. Unfortunately, that ate through most of our playtime this evening, so I do apologize. Like I said, I know the last couple of episodes have been a bit slower, but we have had some pretty good little victories here, because like I said, we do have people to buff. What we do have, of course, is we've now completed our first community suggested quest for a magic hammer, and hopefully we can put this guy to good use out in the world. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to make use of the Spirit of the Wolf. I'm going to move myself back over towards Kelethan, and we're going to try to get some combat action, most likely back in the Crushbone area. So hopefully, yeah, it doesn't look like I wiped any of these guys out, which is good. Everybody's still here. But I think that's going to be a good spot to call it for tonight. And again, I just about killed myself, which is always scary. Got a new magic hammer, and the thing hits pretty hard. I'm pretty happy about that. What's actually really funny is on the way in, one of these these guys still get brave enough to try to attack us, which is just all kinds of irritating. But we're going to head back over. We're going to check in next time, hopefully in a spot to do a little bit better combat. Again, I know that some of my exploration videos probably not as fascinating or interesting to some, but really it's kind of all part of the game for anybody who's played it a long time. You know, you would spend quite a bit of time sometimes going after quests and loose ends, and unfortunately in this case, the one that we went after, we just didn't quite have the faction to do. But I'm going to check in next time, guys. Hopefully we'll have some good combat for you, some good fighting, some good groupage. Again, sorry for kind of the slow videos. Again, yeah, just feel like I'm saying that constantly right now. The other thing we're going to have to watch out for, like I said, is, you know, I meet with my surgeon people on like Tuesday of this coming week. So there might be some delays in my videos coming up, just depending on how all that stuff goes. Once I get a good schedule on how that goes, I'll try to check in and let everybody know, like I said, if there's kind of going to be a blackout. I know we're a small channel, but even so, you know, I don't want to just vanish on folks and not show back up. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. If there's going to be a delay, I know, but I'll let you know for sure. And like I said, hopefully next time we'll be a little bit more engaged in more combat than me bashing up greens. Will find us a good spot to go hunt. But with all that stuff said, quite a mouthful. I've talked enough tonight and really beaten up greens. I will check back in with you guys later. I hope everybody has a great night. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what we're doing here on the channel and you want to support us a little bit. That would be great. And hey, if you're running the challenge yourself, tell us how you're doing. You know, what's your character creation? What do they come out to be? And how many lives do you have left? But until then, guys, we will see you next time. So just a quick little end cap here, guys. Like I said, as you can see, we have safely made our way back into Kelethan. We are safely back up in the tree fort, and just in time because our Spirit of the Wolf wore off. But a couple things happened on the run back, which was kind of interesting and fun. First and foremost, we picked a fight with some crag chicks while trying to work on some skills with our Bloodforge hammer because we are horrible with it. And we started getting our butt cut, unfortunately. So we were right about trying to decide, are we lay hands or are we going to bounce, when another friendly paladin came along and gave us some heals. We finished off the fight successfully, and then after the fight, he was actually nice enough to also give us a small bronze helm to go with the set of gear that we're wearing, because we found out said paladin is also somebody who's been watching the channel. So appreciate the views, appreciate the helm, appreciate the upgrade. That was pretty awesome, and thanks for good looking out for, paladin to paladin. I'm sometimes hesitant. I'm in that kind of weird spot, 'cause I'm sometimes hesitant to drop the names of people that helped or not. It always kind of puts me in a weird thing, because some people don't mind, some people do. But I will just say, by all means, thank you on both counts. Like I said, if you like, you can drop down below and take full credit for saving the day, because that was awesome. The other thing that was interesting that you can also see right here, and how thin this is, between turning in our hammer and beating up a couple of crag chicks, we also managed to pick up 11. So while it's a small victory, we will take it. We got the level, we got the hammer. you know, we at least ran into another one of our viewers out in the real world, which is always pretty awesome. So I appreciate that all the way around. I said I will leave it at that, and again, we'll check back in hopefully in a few days with kind of an update of with the channel and how everything's going on. But for the second time tonight, everybody have a great night, and we will see you guys next time.